Welcome back, guys. This is the King of Weebs here, and this is What If Naruto Gained God Key Part 3. Last time we left off with Naruto finding out who Whis was, and Whis training him for the next 2 weeks before the Chunin exams and leaving him. Whis said, I'll come back in 3 years and train you once again. And Naruto's like, alright, and 1 week passed, and Whis got really used to Naruto, and then Whis is like, I changed my mind, Naruto. And Naruto's like, what do you mean? And Whis is like, remember when I said 3 years? And Naruto's like, oh wait, are you just going to stop training me? And then Whis is like, no, I'm going to come back in a year. And then train you even harder than now. So you better be ready. And Naruto's like, alright, no problem. As long as you come and train me again. You're a great teacher, Whis. And Whis is like, of course I am. I am an angel. And Naruto already knows about the whole godly thing. Like Kai's God of Destructions, then Angels, Grand Priest, and then Zeno. So Naruto knows most of a lot of about the universe. He even knows about the multiverse. Whis not only did he teach him in martial arts, but he had him study for 6 hours a day. So he learned a lot about ninjutsu and everything, and even martial arts. So Naruto actually is ready for the exam. Like, Whis is an amazing teacher, even in academics. So I wish I had Whis as a teacher, man. I wish I was an angel. Anyway, so now Naruto is ready for the exam. On the day of the exam, Whis comes to him and wishes him good luck and says, "Wake up, Naruto. It's your exam day. You don't want to be late." And Naruto says, "Yeah, I forgot." So he takes a shower and everything, and then says goodbye to Whis. And Whis is like, "I'll see you in 1 year, Naruto. Goodbye." And Naruto's like, "Goodbye, Whis," and Whis just disappears. In a beam of light, he disappears. Naruto goes to the exam. He's there. Oh, I already miss Whis. Usually we'd be training right now. Anyway, I'll see him in a year. I better be strong for him. He did say my training will be even harder. So Naruto goes to the exam, and on the first day, the first exam. So they go in the first examination room, and of course before they do that, Naruto does feel the genjutsu, and Naruto did, even though Whis doesn't know many ninjutsu. No, actually I think he would. I'll say he does, since he is an angel, so he pretty much knows everything. So Whis has taught him about genjutsu. So Naruto did realize that there was a genjutsu, so he dispelled it by saying release. And Sasuke did notice, and Sakura did as well, but they saw Naruto doing releasing already, so they didn't really pay too much attention to it, even though they were confused on how Naruto knew how to release genjutsu, and he learned in 2 weeks, which is kind of weird, but they played it off. And Sasuke's like, "You just got lucky, loser." And Naruto's like, yeah, whatever. And then out of nowhere, someone with bushy eyebrows and with a green gi comes up to Sasuke and challenges him, saying, "You must be the last survivor of the Uchiha clan. I want to fight you. Fight me now, Sasuke Uchiha. I want to test your strength. I want to test my taijutsu against yours." And Sasuke actually accepts, and he actually doesn't do as bad as in the original. Of course, at the start he does really bad, but then once he shows off his Sharingan, and this Sharingan ain't the normal one Tomoe on each eye. It's actually 2 Tomoe on one eye and 1 Tomoe on the other. So he's able to actually keep up with one eye, but with the other he's not. So no, actually he's able to keep up with both, but of course he didn't do too well, but he did a bit better. So in the end, he was about to make Lee take his weights off, and out of nowhere, my guy appears and slaps Lee on the back of the head and says, "Lee, I told you to never take them off, didn't I?" And then Lee's like, "I'm sorry, Guy Sensei." And Guy's like, "Don't worry, Lee. It's just the adrenaline of youth. Just keep training, and one day you might be able to go as fast as without the weights, with the weights on." And Lee's like, "Yes, Guy Sensei," and they start crying. And then Guy is like, "Oh, I'm sorry for my students' rude behavior." And then Neji's like, "How many times do I have to tell you? you shouldn't fight others out of nowhere, Lee. And Lee's like, hey Neji, listen, I just want to test my strength out. And Tenten's like, Lee, even if you want to test your strength out, you shouldn't go up against youngers. And that kind of pissed off Naruto and Sasuke, since they're saying that since they're older they will be stronger. And Naruto's like, are you assuming that we're weaker than you because we're younger? And Neji then cuts in and says, no, that's partially, but for you it's a different case. You're not even near our strength, and plus you're just a dead last from what I heard. You'll never be a prodigy like me. And then Lee's like, don't worry Naruto, if you train hard enough you'll be able to beat even Neji and me. And Naruto's like, you guys think too much of yourselves. And then Naruto turns around and tells his team, let's go guys, there's no need to waste our time with these lot. And Sasuke's like, who are you to boss me around, Naruto? And Sakura's like, yeah, who are you? And Naruto's like, alright, if you just want to hear them blabber on about how weak you guys are, maybe you can stay. And Sasuke's like, did you just call me weak, loser? And Naruto's like, I mean, you nearly lost to that kid there, and you think you're not weak? And Sasuke's like, you wouldn't have done any better, you know, Naruto. And Naruto's like, we'll see in the Chunin exams. I really hope I fight one of you and show you who I really am and who is really the strongest here. And you, Sakura, I don't even think you'll even pass the exam without us. You're probably just going to get carried by me and Sasuke and your precious Sasuke. And this ticks off Sakura, and she's about to punch Naruto, but Naruto's too used to actually dodging a bit on his own without thinking, and he actually dodged the punch, and Sakura's like, why did you dodge? And Naruto's like, why should I be bossed around by you, Sakura? And here is a bit of character development for Naruto. Naruto actually learned a lot of things and learned that love what he's feeling for Sakura isn't love, it's just a childhood crush. And he understands that Reese did explain a lot of biology to him as well. Like, Reese ain't no joke, you know, he a good teacher, you know what I mean? So Naruto actually learned about these things, about puberty and everything. Yeah, it's kind of weird saying that Naruto learns about puberty, like, come on man. So Naruto is actually just walking off, and he's like, are you guys coming or not? We need to get ready for the exam. And so Naruto's actually a bit more bossy here, even though he wouldn't be around others, and he will forgive them for always treating them bad. He doesn't really hate them, he's just trying to show to them that he doesn't really need to depend on them that much. Like, they think that Naruto has to depend on them a lot, but Naruto knows that they think that he depends on them, but in reality he doesn't depend on them, he tries on his own, and he just wants to show them in this exam. And he will apologize to Sakura about his rude behavior in the Forest of Death, just saying, a little spoiler. So the written exam starts, and Naruto actually knows everything, and he's able to actually finish it even faster than Minato. And so, as I said, Naruto is actually able to finish before Minato. So, and also, he does look behind him real fast, so quick no one really noticed. Ibiki was walking away, even though he did kind of notice Naruto. And then he was going up to him. Well, Naruto stood up, and while he was walking, he actually quickly slipped the paper onto Hinata's desk with the answers written. Yes, he even wrote the answer to Hinata while writing his own, because, not gonna lie, he did kind of find her cute. Yes, bro, I'm not either, I'm talking about him. So, since they are 12 and they're the same age, and Naruto doesn't think this is just a puberty thing, he actually, like, is actually starting to feel something for Hinata. So, since he did notice her actually following him around a few times because of his sensory ability that he increased over the meditation over the 1 month of D-rank missions. Yeah, so he did help her out. And also, while he was walking, he walked past Sasuke's desk, and he actually slipped a paper to him as well. He knows that Sakura will pass on her own, and he did tell Sasuke and Sakura that he'll if he finishes before them, he'll be slipping a paper to Sasuke. And he said to Sakura, since we know this is a written exam, I'm sure you know how to answer most of the questions since you're the smartest out of us three. Even though Sasuke did better than you in the academy, but you did better than him in academics, which makes you the smartest one out of all three of us. Then I don't have to give you the paper with answers, so we can all pass with full marks since you're really smart. And Sakura actually listens to it and takes it as a compliment instead of more like a boss like like a command. She takes it as a compliment and she's like, all right, I get it. And Naruto's like, thank you for listening. You know, so that happened, and they all passed the exam with flying colors. Naruto finishes first, and everyone's really surprised because they knew about the fourth Hokage's record, and they announced that Naruto literally broke the record that the fourth Hokage set. And a lot of people are saying, who is this kid? And some are just saying he's just probably a nerd, just good at academics. He's probably not good at actual combat. And they're like, and then some are like, but we could have said this if we were in the fourth Hokage's time. We could have said the same things, but look what happened to him. He's one of the most powerful ninjas to have ever lived. And they say it's fine, we'll pass anyways, this kid is nothing, look at him. Brat. And the next exam starts, you know, the second exam, the second part of the Chunin exams. And Anko explains to them that this exam is all about surviving and getting a scroll. So they all get one scroll, and Anko explains that whichever scrolls, there are two scrolls, the Earth scroll and the and the Heaven scroll. And she's like, if you get the Earth scroll, you will need to find a team that has a Heaven scroll and try to steal it from them. You're going to fight them for the scroll, and whoever comes back with the scrolls passes. And if you're lucky, you even if you don't pass, if you're lucky, you might come back alive. And everyone is kind of like, they're not really as hyped as before, because they not only have to fight, because the fighting was one of the things that they were kind of hyped about, because they like, oh, we get to test our strength. And now they just realize it's not fun in games. Testing your strength against other villagers is actually life or death in this forest. It is called the Forest of Death. So some people already understood because of the name. I'd be like, oh Jesus, my guy, I ain't going there, I'm giving up. So, you know, of course, here Naruto still needs to take a leak, but I'll say that he actually takes a lot faster instead of actually getting lost. He doesn't take as long. It's faster for him because he doesn't get disorientated as usual and gets lost until he hears sorry guys, had a hiccup there, until like in the original he heard Sakura screaming, and you know, he found them. But this time he actually found them because he traced them. He could sense the chakra, and he sensed a stronger chakra really close to them, and he rushed towards them and saw that Sasuke was fighting. Well, Sasuke was actually paralyzed, and then a snake came out of nowhere, and Naruto stopped it with two kunais, you know, stabbing as usual. And he's like, why are you getting scared now? I thought you're the strongest here, Sasuke. Help me. I'm not going to be able to beat this guy alone. And Sasuke understands that Naruto's actually being serious. This is not going to be an easy fight for him as well, because he can feel, just by the bloodlust, he got paralyzed. And he can feel this guy is much stronger than Zabuza, because against Zabuza, he was still able to move against his bloodlust. But with Orochimaru, he actually was paralyzed completely. And Naruto's like, be careful. His bloodlust can paralyze you. I'm not sure how, but it wasn't working on me. And that kind of pissed off Sasuke, because Sasuke took it as like an insult, saying that he can take this bloodlust while he can't take this bloodlust while he can. And Sasuke's like, are you assuming I'm weak? And Naruto's like, did I say you're weak? I said that his bloodlust is, I'm immune to his bloodlust. It doesn't mean I'm stronger than you or you're scared, does it? And Sasuke realizes that he made a mistake by saying that, and then Naruto says, or maybe you're really scared and you're just saying that because you want to act cool. And Sasuke's like, are you trying to piss me off? And Naruto's like, listen Sasuke, we're a team, and look who's up against us. Someone who can paralyze you and Sakura just by using his bloodlust. Do you think we can fight now? Or her bloodlust? They think it's a woman. And Sasuke's like, you're right, let's do this. And they start fighting together. Naruto actually gets swallowed up by the snake. And Sasuke's like, well, that so much for working together. And when Naruto actually is able to come out, because he comes out a lot faster, and Orochimaru can feel that. Orochimaru can actually feel that Naruto is much stronger than Sasuke for now, but he doesn't know that Naruto he does know about the Nine Tails, but he wants an Uchiha body, so he's like, this brat's going to get annoying, especially because he's letting out so much of the Nine Tails' chakra. So he actually tightens up the seal, because Orochimaru thought he was using the Nine Tails' chakra, but in reality Naruto was using his own chakra that he learned how to use. And this kind of didn't really affect Naruto, just that he kind of felt a little bit of burning on his seal. Is that, damn it Fox, every time getting in my way. And that was enough time for Orochimaru actually to bite Sasuke on the neck, and Naruto's like, what are you doing? And basically Orochimaru's like, oh, nothing, just doing my job. And Naruto's like, you demon, just what did you do? Ah. And Naruto started coughing, and Orochimaru's like, I'll leave you guys to it, I'm sure you can pass the exam. Hopefully you can. Good luck. And Naruto's like, no you don't. And with the last bit of chakra that he had, because he lost a lot of chakra because of what Orochimaru did, since a lot of his chakra were connected to the Nine Tails, so he was technically using the Nine Tails' chakra at the same time as using his, but it was like the chakra was mostly his, but since he's sharing the Nine Tails is inside of him, the Nine Tails can take power for chakra from him. So if the seal gets tightened, he loses chakra temporarily, so for a few minutes, I'll say for half an hour. And if he gets loose, the Nine Tails chakra leaks out temporarily until it's sealed away again. And so it's kind of a win. It's not really a win-win, it's always a win for well, if the seal gets tightened, it's a win for Naruto. It's kind of a loss for Kurama, but it's a kind of a win to Naruto, even though he can't use his chakra for half an hour. But it's kind of a win, so the Nine Tails can't really do anything while he's fighting. But if the seal gets tightened, it's a loss for Naruto because he loses control, and it's a win for Kurama since he gets control over Naruto's body for a short amount of time. And actually, while in that short amount of time, his seal gets weaker and weaker over time. So it's like dot damage, so damage over time. So imagine you're burnt, you will take damage over time. You're burnt, so like even a wound, if you're cut, you're losing blood, you're taking damage while losing blood. So it's kind of a win-loss situation here for both of them. So Naruto's out of chakra, and he can still walk, of course. So he goes to Sasuke, helps him up, and he's like, Sasuke, wake up, what are you doing? Sasuke, what are you doing? Sasuke. And Sakura's like, stop shouting at him, can you not see he's knocked out? And Naruto's like, so much for teamwork, so much for being the strongest, Sasuke. And Sakura's like, what did you say to Sasuke? And Naruto's like, what did you do all this time except for watching? If he's your precious Sasuke, why couldn't you protect him? Why were you expecting me to protect him? And this Naruto was actually being pissed, right? Like, he got pissed here. He wasn't like, he doesn't like Sakura anymore, but he's actually literally pissed. And Naruto then actually kind of went off on her, and he's like, if you just helped, maybe Sasuke wouldn't have got bitten while I was in the snake trying to get out. And Sakura actually looks down, kind of sad about this, and this kind of changes Sakura's mind about training and everything. And Sakura's like, I'm sorry. And Naruto's like, you should be, after what you did. You nearly killed both of us. and he walks off, and Sakura follows him, and these Naruto's like rests Sasuke on a tree, and he's like, and then goes down and tells Sakura, "I'm sorry, Sakura. I didn't really mean that. I was just really angry that I couldn't protect Sasuke myself. Don't take it seriously. I don't hate you. You're still my teammate." And Sakura says, "It's fine. You're right. I should have helped." So, so now, so now that Naruto apologized to Sakura, Sakura says, "Why are we on top of a tree?" And Naruto says, "I'm not sure, but I felt like someone was following us, and they don't have good intentions. I'm pretty sure of it. So, uh, you need to stay up here while I distract them to somewhere else, because my chakra is not going. My chakra is out of use for half an hour, and then." uh, Sakura asks, "How do you know you can't use chakra for half an hour?" And Naruto's like, "It's just a guess, but I don't know. It's something like in my mind. It's just telling me. I don't know." And just saying, Naruto, the Ninetales, he's like, "Naruto, if you don't want to, hey brat, if you don't want to die, you have to hide for half an hour. You cannot use your chakra." Naruto felt that in his head, heard that in his head, and this time he actually listened to the Ninetales, and he's like, maybe this time he's right. So he decided to lead them away from them, even though it would kind of give them give away their spot. He's going to make two shadow clones, transform them into Sasuke and Sakura, and he was about to go, but the three sound ninjas already found them, and he's like, "Are you trying to hide from us, Team 7? And Naruto's like, "God damn it!" And he's like, "Hey, how about you guys fight me first, and then if you can beat me, you come to Sasuke." And the girl's like, "Who are you two?" And then the leader's like, "Hey, listen, let's take his offer up, and let's beat him to a pulp." And the other two start smiling, and they're like, "Yeah, maybe you're right. Let's teach this punk who he's dealing with." And Naruto smirks, and he's like, "This will keep them away for a few minutes." And he looks at Sakura and gestures to run away. And Sakura was going to actually run away because she didn't know what to do, and Naruto is the only one that she could rely on right now. And before she left in 2 minutes, she was about to leave in 2 minutes, and she looks down to see that Naruto's getting beaten, and she screams to Naruto, "Naruto, are you alright?" And the other two look at her holding Sasuke on her back, and the other three, I mean, and they realize that she was going to run away, and Naruto's like, "No, why'd you ask?" And the other three were about to go up to her and take Sasuke away from her, but then out of nowhere, Rock Lee came in and kicked them, kicked the air, and it created some air pressure which kicked all three of them away. And Naruto's like, "Lee?" And Sakura's like, "Wait, isn't that Rock Lee?" And Lee's like, "I heard the commotion and I thought I'd come to help you. I guess Sasuke's out of the fight. How about me and you fight together?" And Naruto's like, "I can't use any chakra. There's another 10 minutes." And Lee's like, "It's fine. I think I can handle them by myself, but if you want to help, you can use your taijutsu." And remember, Naruto's actually really good with taijutsu. It's just that he was really tired from that fight against Orochimaru that he couldn't really fight properly. But now that he has a teammate, he can actually fight and properly without actually thinking of, "Oh, maybe someone's going to attack him from back, or two of them are just going to hold him back." So they stop fighting, but of course Naruto's actually really strong, so he's able to beat one of them straight away. And Lee was about to beat one of them, but then the girl was about to stab him from the back, and out of nowhere what happens is that Sasuke actually woke up with the curse mark activated and punched the girl in the face, and picked her up by the throat, and she's like, "What?" And Sasuke was strangling her, and then Naruto basically knocked out Sasuke by hitting him the karate chopping him on his neck, and he's like, we cannot kill anyone, not Sasuke. And Sasuke, Naruto, and then basically he faints, and Rock Lee's like, I see Naruto, you don't like killing then, and Rock Lee's and then Naruto's like, yeah, I don't, and then Naruto glares at the leader of the three and is like, you take your teammates away, or I'll have to kill you all by myself, and the leader really didn't want to fight alone since now it's a 2v1, and if Sakura came in she could just backstab him, so he's like, alright, just leave us alone, and Naruto's like, but first give us your heaven scroll, we need the heaven scroll, and I'll say that Rock Lee's team does have both scrolls already, so Naruto gets the heaven scroll, and then he's able, that took quite a while. The fight took around like 10 minutes. Naruto and Lee were kind of helping each other out against 2v3, and Sasuke woke up, 10 minutes have passed, and Naruto can use chakra again. He's like, well, if only they attacked us a bit later, maybe I could have finished them on my own, and Sakura's like, hey, at least we survived, and Naruto's like, well, that's one good thing, and then they got to and Sasuke actually woke up midway, and he's like, Naruto, why are you holding me? And Naruto's like, so you just wanted me to leave you back, right? And Sasuke's like, no. And Naruto's like, anyway, you can go on your own, right? Or should I keep carrying you? And Sasuke's like, do you really think I need help from a loser? And Naruto's like, alright, you do you, and just drops him, and Sakura's like, wait, Naruto, what are you doing? And Sasuke's like, wait, what? And Sasuke was about to fall to the ground, and then he backflips and actually jumps back up, and is like, Naruto, you loser, you know how much that could have hurt. And Naruto's like, so you're saying getting bitten by that snake didn't hurt, but falling to the ground would? And Sasuke's like, of course you would, I'd hit my head. And Naruto's like, it wouldn't for me. And Sasuke's like, are you trying to make me angry, Naruto, you loser? And Naruto's like, no, I'm not trying to make you angry. And then Sasuke's like, then shut up. And Naruto's like, alright, don't need to get so pissed. So they get to the tower, and Sakura still deciphers the the little riddle thing that I forgot. Oh, the moon's this, the sky's that, and everything. You know what I mean? I'll just open the scroll. God damn it! And she's like, oh, maybe we have to open the scroll. And when they open the scroll, Iruka Sensei pops out, and he's actually he congratulates them, and tells them about the 1 week off, and then we have the preliminaries. So they take a week off, and just saying, this what if doesn't really change Naruto much. Well, part 2 did, but part 1 and 3 aren't too much of a change, but you'll understand in the preliminaries. And so Naruto actually trains in his taijutsu mostly, because he wants to see he wants, if in case when he becomes a Chunin or something, he has to go up against a 1v3. He wants to see if he can actually beat a 1v3. So he trains extremely hard day after day for 5 days straight. He takes 2 days off, and he trains for 20 hours a day, and he only gets 4 hours of sleep. I know that's not healthy, but Naruto will get a lot of sleep on the last 2 days. So he does that, and Hinata actually watched him for a long time, and Naruto actually did notice her. And he's like, hey, on the second day, he's like, hey, Hinata, I've noticed you already, you can come out. And Hinata's like, blushed, and she was about to run away until Naruto actually appeared in front of her. Like, he got a lot faster, and just saying, Naruto actually knows how to use his God of Destruction key. It's just that he doesn't wanna, because he understand. And just saying, the speed that he used is him testing out that his ability to increase his body strength, speed, stamina with his God key. And just saying, he could have used God key against those the sound ninjas, but he just didn't want to kill them. So he's like, hey, Hinata, I know you're from the Hyuga clan, so you're really skilled in taijutsu. Would you mind maybe being my sparring partner? And Hinata's eyes brightened up, and she's like, she immediately accepts, and she's like, I'd love to be Naruto-kun's training partner. And Naruto's like, Sweet. So maybe if in an hour you can get ready and we can start training, since it was around like I'll say 11 a.m. and she's like, all right. And so at 12 they do start training together. They train up to like 2, and then they go have a lunch in the ramen shop. And so then they keep training. Naruto's taijutsu actually improves a lot. I mean, a lot, guys. Like, it improves so much that Naruto is like around Shippuden level Naruto right now. No, a bit more, like around I'll say near enough pain arc, since he did train with Whis. Even 2 weeks of training with Whis is actually a lot. So Naruto's actually nearly pain arc taijutsu level, not actual strength level. Like, he could just erase anyone he sees with his God of Destruction powers, since he does have it right now. So Hinata actually trains with Naruto a lot over these few days, and they do start bonding. And Naruto is actually really happy to actually train with Hinata, since he does have a small crush on her, and it's actually becoming a big crush. So I mean, a big crush, you know what I mean? Like, I'm joking, I'm not going to go there. That does not happen. They're still 12. So anyways, so Naruto of course trains hard. Same with Hinata. Hinata's taijutsu improves. Just saying, like, she is Neji level right now. Even like the fights are going to go a lot different. So a week passes, or 5 days pass, and Naruto decides that they haven't got a lot of sleep in the past few days, and they're like, maybe one day we should just this on Saturday we should just sleep a lot, and then on Sunday we can hang out. And Hinata accepts, and Naruto's like, sweet, it's a date. And Hinata's like, wait, what? And Naruto's like, I'll see you on Sunday. And basically the next day they didn't really go out, they just stayed at home, slept for most of the day, since they only slept 4 hours. So I'll say that they slept for altogether 16 hours, and the other 14 hours, the other 8 hours they just stayed awake, of course, because they need to do their normal things. So Naruto and Hinata met up on Sunday, and they just hung out. And yeah, that was the last day. And then the next day, it was the Chunin exam preliminaries. The preliminaries were a lot different. So the first fight was Naruto against Kiba. Naruto and Kiba start their fight by Naruto actually bowing down and saying, hope we have a good fight. And Kiba's like, are you assuming you're going to win? And Naruto's like, well, I'm pretty sure I will, but I don't know, maybe you're stronger. Because he's more modest here, since Whis actually taught him. And Whis is like, never get too cocky, you never know what could happen. And Naruto is actually a lot more modest against opponents. And so the fight starts. Naruto doesn't go all out because he wants to test out Kiba's full strength, since he could beat Kiba in less than 3 seconds, to be honest. You can just blitz him, karate chop him on the back of the head, and win. So Naruto actually waits out for a bit, and he's actually taking a few hits, and then Naruto's like, you're really strong, Kiba, but I can see a bit of improvement, like here. And then he roundhouse kicks him on the left side of his face, and he's like, you see, your defense was on guard mostly on your right side, not on your left. And then he's there, and here also. And he punches him in the gut. He's like training him and telling him where to improve while beating him up. And then he uppercuts him, and then Naruto's like, your attack. So yeah, Naruto was literally training him, like telling him where he was going wrong and not protecting himself. So that's where I'm going to end it off. Yeah, cliffhanger. Yeah, I know you all wanted to know how Hinata's fight went, right? Yeah, you ain't getting it till the next part. So I hope you all enjoyed. Please join my Discord server, link in the description. Subscribe to RATREET, who made my Discord server. Also subscribe to my boy Miniman123, who actually provided me with his gameplay. But I will keep shouting him out, even though I'm not going to use his gameplay anymore, because I have learned how to make an audio spectrum, and I want to see how you guys like it. This video is going to be with the new audio spectrum. I know I'm mentioning it quite late, but I hope you still enjoy it. Please take care. Also, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, link in the description. Please take care. Stay safe. This was the King of Weebs here, and peace.